Joining us now, in fact, a sport making its official debut on BYU Sports
I'm excited
Nation.
for this.
Ultimate Frisbee,
Yeah.
the head coach of a very talented BYU club team on campus, Bryce Merrill. Bryce, welcome to
Bryce?
Studio B, man.
Hey, thanks for having me. I want you to know, though, we've made a lot of appearances on BYU Leisure Activities Nation, BYU Backyard Barbecue Games
Yes.
Nation, but
Yeah.
Sports
Yeah.
Nation, this is the first.
This
so
is the
we've
big
made
leagues.
our way up.
Welcome to the next level, Bryce. Welcome to the next level. Okay, a lot of people are like, wait, there's an Ultimate Frisbee team on campus, and not just that, but you're one of the best in the nation. How does that happen?
Yeah, not quickly. You know, it's been about 15 years that we've had a team here on campus now, and we've slowly worked our way there. And luckily for us, a lot of things have gone well. You know, we play in a state where Lone Peak High School is, and they've sent us a bunch of great players, as they do for a lot of BYU sports.
Team,
So not an original formula, but it's been great to get some great talent here, and then have things sort of come together for us where. You know, last season we had a lot of success and finally got that big national ranking. And then this year we were sort of able to build on that and break into, you know, past top 20 and now number 10 in the nation. So a lot of things went well for us to get here, but we're excited about it.
Very cool. Number 1 in the Northwest. That's awesome. Speaking of Spokane and Gonzaga, the Northwest. Where do you play? When do you play? Where do you get players?
Yeah, so we typically play around the country. It's a tournament format similar to something like baseball where you'll go and you'll play 3, 4, 5 games in a single weekend. So this year we were at University of Santa Barbara, University of Washington, University of Texas, and then down in Florida at Southern Florida University. So play all spring, and we just wrapped up our regular season last weekend in Seattle, and then we've got a big game this weekend, a home game against the U that we're pretty excited about, pretty stoked. Always fun to play them, so got that to sort of look forward to.
What day and what time is that and where?
That is Saturday, this Saturday the 8th at 8 p.m. We're actually playing at Provo High School, so not quite the full
Before
big leagues
BYU
yet.
demolishes it?
Yeah, exactly. So playing there, our women's team play the University of Utah women's team at 6, and so we sort of get a doubleheader and chance for people to come out and see what Frisbee looks like. You know, a lot of times it's judged by what you see at, you know, Kiwanis Park or there on the Swicket Quad or something like that. But to come and see some athletes play it definitely lifts the vision of what the sport can be. So it's a lot of fun.
Free? Does it cost money?
No, free. So definitely encourage people to come out and check it out.
Okay, if you were to give like the 5 basic rules or basic fundamentals of Ultimate Frisbee for somebody that has no idea what's going on and how a play starts and how you score, like what would you say to them in that time frame?
Yeah, I think it's easiest explained in other sports terms. So you catch a goal in the end zone, similar to football. It moves down the field, similar to soccer, where, you know, players are passing, they can't run with the disc, and so they're passing.
It's a fluid movement of the game.
Yes. Yeah, so it's an exciting sport to see. You know, you see a lot of elements. We run what are called resets on the field, very similar to basketball. Anything you see around the perimeter is sort of how we move the disc between our throwers, and then
Disc.
Yeah, the disc, not the Frisbee.
Learning so much.
Yep. And then you're trying to catch in the end zone. So games are played to 15. So there's a lot of scoring, which makes it exciting to watch and sort of get after.
No scholarships. You're a club sport. Budget's probably low. So how do you find guys that want to play, and is it a lot out of their own pockets?
Yeah, it's a nice combination. You know, we have some generous alumni and corporate sponsors that help subsidize some of that. But this is a group of athletes that just love the game, and obviously I don't think they'd turn down scholarships, you know, on principle. But we're working right now on just building the sport and building our team in general, and getting guys out. So yeah, we recruit from a lot of other sports, guys that, you know, maybe played football or soccer in high school, and then they come to BYU and want to play and participate. And this gives them a chance to go and play a collegiate level sport and travel the country, but maybe not, you know, on the football or basketball squad.
How long does it take a guy before he becomes like an expert tosser of the Frisbee in different forms?
Of the disc.
Of the disc, sorry.
Yeah, our throwers or handlers, it takes a lot of time. It's not a normal movement. It's not like it mimics closely a baseball throw or a basketball shot. And so there's definitely a steep learning curve. But we look for the guys that are athletes. You know, you look for people that have good metrics on height and speed, change of direction. And we would rather teach them to throw than to try to teach a non-athlete how to run fast and jump high. And so that's what's worked for us and is a big reason for a lot of the success we've had this year.
So last year you mentioned it was a good year. You kind of took a step forward. You weren't allowed, you chose not to play in the national championships because of Sunday play, and that's the case again this year, right?
Yeah.
Will that change in the future? They don't have to change for you, right, like the NCAA?
No, we've tried. We submitted a formal petition. We've worked with them on some proposals that would allow for it, but there's some unique challenges to it with it being a tournament format. They're cramming a lot of games into a single weekend, and so to just say, well, play 7 on Saturday and 0 on Sunday, maybe not as easy as moving a single basketball game a day earlier or moving us to a particular bracket. So it takes some work. We're working with them, and we're hopeful that there will be something in the near future, but nothing in the works right now, and that's tough to end at number 10 in the country and not get a chance to go and defend that ranking or to go to a national championship that way.
Bryce Merrill, the head coach of BYU Ultimate Frisbee, with us on BYU Sports Nation. Do you anticipate that at some point the growth of this program would force their hand into allowing you to do something like that? I mean, do you see this happening in the near future, or are you just kind of happy to be along for the ride right now?
You know, you've seen that with BYU rugby. You know, things changed, maybe in the shadow of litigation, but things changed when they were perpetually number 1, right? Yeah. And so we're trying to work our way that direction. It's a lot easier to ignore team number 80 or 250. Even, you know, last year we were on the fringe of qualifying for the national championships. But this year, currently sitting at the number 1 team in the Northwest and really right in the thick of it, we want people to feel like there's an asterisk on their national championships without us there. So current number 1, University of Massachusetts, we beat them just a few weeks ago. And so, you know, we hope that they remember that, you know, if they make it to the national championships and if they hold their seed, that they'll know that they lost to BYU and didn't have to do it again, that they got lucky.
Do they have scholarship athletes there?
A lot of universities do, yeah. You're starting to see that. And so it's exciting that, you know.
Ultimate Frisbee, that's legit,
Frisbee
man.
football, exactly. So trying to get that across the board, and, you know, hopefully BYU will follow suit soon.
Hey, UMass just needs to get some scholarship football players, then they'll be good.
Oh, snap. Hey, we want UMass to win the national championship in Ultimate Frisbee so that it can be the same scenario as Gonzaga potentially winning the basketball championship.
This was one of the greatest interviews we've ever had. The other in this category was when we had the Harry Potter expert on. I love it. Like, the people do it. They know it. We finally embraced it. Bryce, we appreciate you coming on, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Friday, 8 Mountain, Provo High if you want to go watch BYU.
Yeah, check out BYU Utah Ultimate Frisbee. It's the Utes. Go and support the Cougars. Again, thanks, Bryce. Let's have him sign the flag, Jen.
Yes, sign the flag.
And give you some BYU Sports Nation karma for that matchup with Utah.
I can't open the lid with my mitt.
Bryce Merrill, Ultimate Frisbee.
Ultimate Frisbee, yes. Baby. I love it.